Super Idol di Charo, domain to 10 by Chung for the
Dragonage Inquisition. Now, I've been playing Dragon Age since Inquisition. So it's no, but this isn't biased though, right? Because maybe it is. I mean, for personal reasons, but I'm gonna give a review for Dragon Age Inquisition, and we all know it's a flawed game, okay? I know that, but I still like it. It's still one of my favorite games, right? Probably top 10, top 5, actually top 5, you know. But anyways, I mean, that's because like it's really just a story that carried Inquisition. But anyways, we're gonna get into all of that, and you might be wondering, well, how the hell did it get? How the hell did it win Game of the Year? Well, that's because there wasn't really, you know, the roster was kind of, So I mean, it is a good game, right? But like, there's, you know, the year after that, The Witcher 3, I think, comes out, and that's like a pretty good game, and like people are comparing the two a lot. So I mean, you know, I never played The Witcher. I should, but I never played it. But so that just gives you an idea of like, you know, I mean, Dragon Age Inquisition, good game, but flaws. So we're gonna talk about that. Hopefully I can get this in another like 10 minutes. I doubt it, but we will see. So one of the main things plaguing Inquisition, I got a list too right here. We not editing this bitch. I might add like, you know, like videos and pictures. But anyways, so here's the main thing. The open world, okay? And you got like 10 areas. Most of them are completely useless to the story. You don't have to go there at all. You don't have to go there. Well, for other reason, well, just one other reason, but in general, you don't have to go there at all. Generally, and the big area that, like, you know, that dropped a lot of people when they played Inquisition, even back when it came out. The hinterlands. The hinterlands. It shivers down your spine, bro. But hinterlands is massive as fuck, right? Like, they can literally split it in half, and it'd still be like a good amount of, like, you know, content in there, right? Well, not good. You know, it's filled with a lot of questionable quests, but we'll get into that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. But you got 10 different areas, right? And really all you have to do is go to 4 that kind of pertain to the main story and like the companions, right? So really the Storm Coast, the Western Approach, the Hinterlands, and then was it Crestwood, right? For yeah, because you need to pick up Hawk, and he's from like Dragon Age 2. He's part of the main story. So I mean, those 4 areas pertain to like the main story, and now Storm Coast, you know, you don't really have to go there, but there is a companion there that you could pick up, and then there's also another companion quest there too. So let's just put it in like main area, like you should do. So yeah, but the other 6-7 areas, whatever the fuck, you don't have to go there at all. Like, it's just wasted space. Hinterlands, oh my gosh, that bitch needs to be cut in half. I swear to God, bro. Literally, like, you're just... It's just no point. It's just fetch quest galore. Fetch quest galore, bro. I swear to God. You're really only there just to talk to the horse master, Master Dennett, and that's it. And you don't even have to, like, talk to him at all. Like, it's a fetch quest. It's a side quest still. But he's pretty much the main reason why we're going there and stuff. And also Val Royale, because it's part of the main story. Because this is, like, the starting area, right? So, yeah. But besides those 2 reasons, everything else is just, like, it's filler. Absolutely garbage filler. Holy crap, it's worse than Naruto fillers, bro, let me just say. But we won't get too much into that. Let's just stop it right there. I can go on a whole fucking rant. Anyways, let's move on. Yeah, basically open world just plagues the game. Like, it's just not even just the hinterlands, but the other zones are like pretty fucking big too. So yeah. Power. So to advance the main story, you need power. Does that mean like leveling up? No. Completely separate, completely different. Power is what you need to advance the story. So that forces you, this is what I said earlier, because, you know, you don't have to go to the areas, but you kind of have to, right? Because you need power. So, I mean, you can farm those 4 areas for like all the power, but I don't think you'll have enough to go through the entire like freaking story of the game, like the main story, because there's a lot of quests. So you get like what, like 1 to 5 power per, you know, maybe like quest or opening a rift or getting like a keep or something. You know, most of the time it's like 1 to 2 power. You need like 40, maybe like 2-3 times at least. So yeah, you're gonna be going to those other freaking areas just to get that power. So it just, oh my gosh, it's so, like, I kind of get what they're trying to do, but no, it was just, it's bad in, you know, bad in concept, bro, or bad in play. I wouldn't even say it's a good concept or like good theory, you know, but no. Power, very, very no. Very, very no. Power is definitely, you know, it also hinders the game. Because it forces you to do the side areas, essentially. Now we have the war table. Oh my gosh, another fucking nuisance. Holy shit. War table is actually good in theory, but besides the power, that you need to advance the main story. It's like, because you're doing side quests basically most of the game. You're not even doing the main story. Sometimes you might forget the main quest, like why the fuck am I in like a fucking desert, you know, whatever. Anyways, yeah. But war table actually good in theory, but horrible execution. So basically it's like a little area where you plan out basically like what areas to go to. And then that's pretty much it. You get perks. You get Inquisition perks that you like use at the war table, whatever, or you like claim at the war table. And those perks can like get you more inventory space, more potions, more like experience for certain codexes that you read and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. But the actual quests at the war table, like the regular quests there, you don't do those quests. Your advisors or your agents basically do those quests. You don't go there at all. So you're basically just reading. It's basically just more codexes. You're just reading whatever the hell is, like, you know. Yeah. So it's pretty sorry, God. Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's cool because you do get stuff from it, right? You read whatever's in the little questing, and then you send out one of the other advisors. You have like 3 advisors, 1, 2, or 3 of them, whatever, gets sent out to do that quest. Sent out, quote unquote. It's really just a waiting simulator. You're just waiting, and you're waiting in real time, and it's annoying. So that's just one annoyance. Some of the wait things are like 48 hours of real time. So I mean, I think you can try and like set your computer you know, forward like 48 hours, or like I think maybe Xbox does it too. You can just set it up to like, I don't know, like Japan time or some shit, you know, fast forward a little bit. But it is pretty annoying to do, but good in concept, just terrible execution. And those quests are more interesting than the side quests, I will say, and it's actually really sad, bro, because those, they have more effort put into them, but probably because, you know, we're not actually going on those quests. So pretty annoying. So that is the war table. They're probably gonna, I think they have something similar in Veilguard, which is a better version, thank God. Okay, now we have armor, weapons, and, you know, all that good stuff. Listen, the armor is the same 4 armors, bro. It's the same 4 armors, bro. What the fuck is that? It's the same 4 armors. And the weapons, there's different weapons and shit. I don't really care about, you know, the weapon looks too much. But the armors, buddy pal, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, you know. Whatever race you play, Quinari, human, elf, whatever, it's all the same. There's like 4 or 5 of the same armors. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you get like DLC armors, obviously. But like, I mean, in general, that's pretty much it. Oh, and of course with the war table, I forgot to mention this. I mean, if you have mods, I have mods on my most recent playthrough. I'm like doing a playthrough right now. I'm posting the clips or like VODs on YouTube. You get a little mod and you instantly like finish the war table quest. Like instantly, like boom, you know? Good, all good. So anyways, yeah, same 4 outfits. Very boring, very, very boring. So that's what I have to say about that. And crafting pretty much is the only way to get good armor and stuff in the game. I mean, if you want the most powerful weapons and armor, I would even say crafting gives you better stuff in DLC stuff. I mean, there's really like no point of going to Val Royale. There's no point. There's really no point, because you go to Val Royale, you do that little main quest, which is in the beginning of the game, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you got like 2 companions there, but you get them pretty much at the same time, but that's it. Like, I never go back to Val Royale because I don't need to. It's gonna be a waste, and it's a waste of money, because the outfits and stuff are like at an absurd price, you know, like actually insane prices. Like, what's the point of doing that? Well, you can like craft it on your own for free, and it's way better. It's like double or triple the damage. So going to Val Royale, buying armor and weapons in general is a waste of time, waste of money. So you'd rather, it's better if you just craft the weapons and stuff, because it's completely useless. You know, base game items, complete dog shit. I just have to say that, man. But anyways, yeah, I mean, Val Royale was also a little disappointing because, buddy, look how small that little ass map is, bro. Like, what? Actually insane. Like, it is tiny as hell. So it's a little disappointing, because it's kind of hyped up a little bit, like in the other games, or like mentioned a lot, and it was like, oh my gosh, it sounds so amazing and stuff. You get there, and you know, it's just like, it's a little area. Like, it's the smallest area in the game. Like, I think Skyhold is bigger than that bitch. God damn, you know. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, I would prefer to have like something better than that, obviously. Next, we got enchanting. Okay, so I mean, like, of course there has to be like some downsides to enchanting like really powerful shit. Like the runes, not the runes. Is it the runes? No, it's the sigils, whatever the hell they are. You get a good buff with them, but then you also get an insane downgrade. So most of the time, it's not even worth getting a fucking sigil. It's not worth it at all. It's better to just you know, just get a rune and like just put it on your armor and shit. It's just completely sigils are completely useless. But other than that, I mean, enchanting and stuff is fine. I like how you have like certain rocks or like materials in the game, like maybe like drakestone. You have like drakestone armor, and the armor's like red, or if you have like iron armor, the iron is like gray or some shit. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But I don't really have any like qualms with that shit, right? Nothing too serious. Mounts. I really with the enchanting and stuff, it was, enchanting was fine for, especially for 2014. It's whatever. It was like a decade ago. You know, I didn't really have any qualms. I just have qualms with like the base game armor and like weapons and shit, you know. Mounts. Stupid waste of time, and it was the last second edition, bro. Last second edition, I will say. I mean, you can tell. They even, I think Mark Dari even said that. He was like, yeah, they were added in like last second. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really use, I used mounts, okay, sure, but like using mounts, like it takes away from the banter, you know. There's your companions like literally disappear, right? They don't get horses either. Like they just disappear into nothingness, and you're just riding your horse alone when you equip the mount. So that's very fun. Also, the sprint on the horse or whatever mount you have, the sprint is completely useless. It's literally just walking speed. It's literally just walking speed, or not walking speed, but like the same speed as when you're like riding it regularly on the horse. So yeah, it's complete waste. It's also janky when you're like riding and stuff. It don't feel right. You can tell. That's what I'm saying. That you can tell it was the last second edition. It just doesn't feel right in the game, you know. I'd rather them just make my character walk faster or some crap. But whenever I played as a mage, I just used I used fade step, I think it's called. I used fade step, and then I think there was another type of thing, like, you know, I used like a bunch of rolls and stuff just to get around faster. So that was pretty much it. You could also probably use mods, you know, to get around better. Anyways, next we have dialogue. Dialogue wasn't accurate to the wheel. When I say I want to eat apples, I'm not saying I want to eat fucking oranges. What the fuck? What the hell? Yeah, the dialogue is just completely like, it's just something else. It could be something completely different, like that you're selecting, and then your freaking character, your NPC, just says something completely different. So it's fucking stupid. Yeah, so that's annoying. Shoot. Oh, also, like with companions and stuff, you know, you want to like compliment them or something, you know, like be friends and shit. Well, those options are like romance options. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to have sex with you. I just want to say, have a good day. Like, what? You know, it was reminding me of Baldur's Gate 3. Well, I don't know. I think Baldur's Gate 3 is worse in terms of, like, romance. Because I think they kind of patched it a little bit. But it's still, like, you know, they all pretty damn horny. I'm not gonna lie. They're just all in love with Tav, bro. Actually insane. But anyways, so that is that. Also, choices in the game don't really superly matter compared to the other games. You know, so it's yeah, compared to the other games, it's not really you know, it's just only a handful of choices are impactful in general. Like, it just, you know, everything you say, it's already like pre-decided. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. Character models, too goddamn shiny. Why it look like I got baby oil all over my face, bro? Not a good thing. Good thing for Diddy, but not a good thing for me. I don't like that. Just like everything is so shiny, man. But anyways, goddamn, malnourished elves. The elves, oh my gosh, the models for the elves are just like actually like holy shit. They're way too fucking skinny, bro. Like, I get what they're trying to do and like make them like a smaller type of race, I guess, but they are malnourished. They are starving. Give them a Big Mac, because goddamn. Anyways, and then also the character models in general, like, you know, how realistic they are and stuff. I don't think it's as bad as Andromeda. I've never played Mass Effect Andromeda. My dad plays it. He played it. I think he sometimes plays it. He plays Mass Effect 3 more though, to be honest. He played all of them actually, but he plays 3 for the multiplayer currently now. But anyways, yeah, I don't think Andromeda, like, it's on that level. I think it's a bit better, but like, it's still kind of iffy in some ways and stuff. And then like just the way the character just moves, like, you know, your Inquisitor just moving like and stuff, it feels stiff, bro. Like I'm just like thinking of like the elbows and stuff, and just like I don't know, it don't feel right, it don't look right. Anyways, goddamn. Okay, let's talk about the combat, bro. Ooh, the combat. Ooh. Let's just get this over with. There's no healing in the game. Yeah, there's no healing in the game. There's no healing. You can't heal in the game. Okay, you can use health pots. You can use health potions, right? But you can't. There's no healing ability at all. You can't heal at all. There's no fucking ability for that, right? Stupid. I know. It is very stupid. In addition to no healing, there's also fewer abilities. You know, and it's compared to the other games, right? I'm not talking about, you know, like, oh, we only got like 4 ability slots, like veilguard. Yeah, veilguard. Okay, yeah, so I'll probably make like a final like video about veilguard in general, about my thoughts before all the reviews come out. But anyways, cause I don't have the game, unfortunately. I wish, bro, I wish, but we gotta wait to play. But no, fewer abilities. In terms of like, you had a shit ton in like Origins. It was a fair amount. And then you got Blood Mage. You can actually play as a Blood Mage in Dragon Age 2. You kind of got some of those abilities in Dragon Age Origins, but really Dragon Age 2, you can play as a Blood Mage and stuff. All that shit goes away with Inquisition. It all goes away in Inquisition. So, unfortunately, very, very few abilities. You only got like, was it Mage? You got like fire, ice, lightning, and then the spirit thing, which is like shields and stuff. Should have been healing in there. There's no healing in there for some fucking reason. But yeah, and then you also have your specializations, but I guess so, but you don't get that until like Skyhold, you know, like a little bit like halfway through the game pretty much. So yeah, there is that. But anyways, yeah, I mean, fewer abilities in general. You still get your classic, you know, at least 8 abilities. That's fair enough. Most likely you get more on PC, I think, you know, you got more slots, or just use mods and shit, so that's fine. But it's not as strategic as the last 2 games, because they removed some things, right? You know, there's still like things you can tell the companions to do, but it's just not as detailed as much as the other two games. You know, it kind of sucks. I wish, and we're definitely not getting that shit in Veilguard, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's the end of the era for that. You know, at least if we ever get a Dragon Age game, I don't know, maybe the next 5 to 10 years. I don't fucking know. Or maybe not. Maybe it's a GG. But anyways, to be seen, to be seen. So it is, yeah, and it's more actiony, you know. Enemies, health sponges, holy shit. There is no unique combat abilities for these enemies, bro. It's pretty much, you just smack them until they just fall down. That's basically it. I will say the most annoying enemy in Inquisition is that little dude that like teleports and stuff, or like, you know, like goes in the ground and just randomly pops up at you. That's very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. That's the only time where I'm like really, where you have to be strategic. Everywhere else, you know, it don't matter. But you're just beating them to a pulp. They're just health sponges, bro. Nothing really crazy in general about the enemies. Probably in DLC. Yeah, DLC, there's more enemies from like Origins and stuff, because, you know, if you go to the, what's it called, the Descent, it's like the DLC, you go back to Orzammar and stuff, so you get like more darkspawn enemies, you know, that you've seen in the other two games. So yeah, it's a bit more challenging in the DLC, but that's a whole other combo. We'll go into that in a second. But yeah, health sponges, no unique combat abilities. Yeah, pretty much. And I will say, companions, I gotta talk about the companions, bro. I mean, just like when they're fighting, they freeze. They freeze sometimes. Like when you're engaging an enemy and they're supposed to be engaging with you, I don't really notice until like, you know, like 20 seconds later that Iron Bull is just like standing still. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So I got to switch to play as them, you know. It's pretty damn annoying. And you're going to get that at least one time in your Inquisition playthrough. At least once, bro. I will bet money on that. Because it happens really often. It's not often where it's well, maybe it is annoying. It happens because I'm guaranteeing it's gonna happen at least once in like your playthrough. But yeah, I mean, I deal with it, you know. Inquisition, not really a challenging game. We'll get into that too in a second. But yeah, also people complaining about like companions not being interesting. I don't know. I mean, like they're kind of like, you know, they got their personalities and stuff. I mean, I think they're good enough. I think they're good. I will say I've been annoyed more by like Dragon Age 2 companions than the other two games. Yeah, I'm just more annoyed by that roster, I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, that's just a personal thing, right? But yeah. Because people think Sarah's annoying, but they don't know that, oh, well, she's autistic or so, you know, yeah. And then the people think, you know, yeah, it's just like personal preference. She is kind of, you know, yeah. I mean, sometimes I like her. Sometimes I'm just like, bro, I'm about to kick you out, you know. Let's go to the story. It's good. Because I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I like the game. I like the story. But the thing is, Corypheus. I mean, bro should have been dead in the last game. Spoiler alert. Well, y'all should already know, you know, if you're watching this video. But anyways, he should have been dead in the last game. You meet him in Dragon Age 2 through a DLC, and you kill him with Varric, and he was supposed to stay dead, but he didn't. And now he's in Dragon Age Inquisition for some odd fucking reason. Holy shit. God damn. Well, you know, people saying retcon. Yeah. Holy shit. But I mean, he was kind of built up as like pretty damn cool. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, especially if it's your first time like, you know, seeing him and shit. Like, oh snap, like you meet him at Haven, and then he's like, you know, like it's really good. When Haven was like a really good it was a really good quest, you know, the battle for Haven and stuff. That was really good. But after that, it fell off, or at least him as a villain, right? You know, a little, because you don't really see him until like the end of the game, right? Somewhat, you don't really see him a lot, and so it's like you're just seeing like his henchmen and stuff, which is fine, but it's just like, I don't know, like it just felt like a little Like, really, I mean, it's fine. Like, he's in the background and stuff. He's the big bad boss, whatever. But I don't know. I'd like to see his presence a little bit more in the game, especially because he dies pretty fucking quickly in the last fight. Yeah, he dies in like 2 hits. That's the quickest boss fight I've ever. Like, the build up for him was really, you know, yeah, but that ending was like insane. It's actually insane. That should have been done in a different way. I'm not gonna lie. We'll get more into that later, but yeah, it was it's a little disappointing, right? But anyways, and that brings me to the Mage versus Templar shit, right? Because that is a huge thing in the Dragon Age universe, and that huge fight, you know, that's been building up since Origins and Dragon Age 2 happens in Inquisition, but it happens quick as hell. Like, it's in the background, essentially, you know? It's like, it's pretty much happening in the hinterlands, right? And it happens way too fucking quickly. Way too fucking quickly. I feel like, I'll go into this in a second. I feel like there's like some big plot lines going on, but it low-key, you know, it should have had more time, let's just say that, and I'll get more into it later. But yeah, it should have been fleshed out more, to be honest. It should have been more emphasis on that shit. No, we're on like 20 some minutes. I knew this was gonna happen. It's whatever. Let's go for the battle before the last mission. Felt kind of dumb. I mean, again, Corypheus dies really fucking easily, right? And it's just like pretty much a cinematic, and then you're just right at the fight. Like, you know, there's really no, like, you know, you get like final bosses or final areas in games and stuff, and it's like maybe it's like a 2-hour thing. Like, you're like working your way through a castle or something. You don't do that here. You're just right there. You're in the arena instantly, right? It's just like, so I'm just thinking like, why is this like a separate quest? It should have just been continuing like from that last, I don't know, quest where they're in like the, what's it called? Fen'Harel Temple or whatever the hell it is, right? It should have just been whatever. It shouldn't have been that, okay? It shouldn't have been that. I didn't like how it was done that way. So that was poopy. Very, very poopy. Yeah, basically that battle in the little temple, that elven temple, it felt like the final battle. They should have just made it all like one thing in general, but whatever, sure, why not? And then I feel like the true end of Inquisition, everybody feels this way, the true end of Inquisition is Trespasser. It's Trespasser. I mean, like, conclusion was better, it was more eventful. I mean, it was just more, you know, I wouldn't say interesting, but like I was more engaged with it, you know. I don't know. I mean, I like the Inquisition story, obviously, but like the way they handled it was not the best way. But Trespasser was done really, really nice, so that was cool. That's why everyone refers to it as a true ending, because the big bad boss was actually soulless, because, you know, everybody's fighting over the orb and shit and like the rifts and stuff, but it's pretty much Solas's shit. It's his magic, bro. It's literally his magic. So yeah, and that's why we're in Veilguard, and like he fucks up again. Well, basically we fuck him up literally, but yeah, it's technically our fault again. But anyways, yeah, so I Trespasser definitely better, I will say, in terms of like ending the story and everything. And it sucks because it's DLC, and I didn't play the Trespasser DLC literally until 2 years ago. Literally 2 years ago, and I was just getting back into the Dragon Age fandom again, you know, because it's been a while. And that's because I had a freaking Xbox 360 where I bought the game at. If you bought Dragon Age Inquisition on the Xbox 360, you didn't get any DLCs. You didn't get anything. No, because they put it on the Xbox One. Yeah, how are you going to release the game on the Xbox 360 and you make the DLCs just completely unavailable there? So I literally, because I'm a kid, right? I don't got the money to fucking pay for that shit. So I went like years and years without playing the DLC, not having a true ending to the game, which fucking sucks, right? I did know that Solas was like the overarching villain though, because like I read spoilers and shit. Like I pretty much read what happened. I'm just like, oh, okay. But I still kind of want to play it, right? So it wasn't as like, you know, like, oh my gosh, like I kind of know, bro. Like, yeah. Well, it kind of was like that because I wasn't able to play until like 2 years ago, you know? I mean, probably sooner, but like I didn't just like got into the game or like the franchise again like 2 years ago. But anyways, so yeah, that was very annoying. That's one of my biggest pet peeves because I wasn't able to play any of the DLC on the 360. Pretty fucking annoying. But anyways, now I will say, this is pretty much it. I went through everything I typed down. Thank God. Oh my gosh. I don't know where this fucking fly came from, bro. Like, I just sat down. I just got home from work. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. Anyways. Nah. Nah, I'm gonna open my window a little bit. Actually, no, it'd make it worse, because then, you know, more flies probably come. Whatever, fuck. Anyways. I'm playing. But, I will say, here's what I think, and I just thought of this, like, a couple days ago, or, like, yesterday, really, when I wrote all this shit down. I feel like the Mage versus Templar, like, conflict should have been the entire game. It should have been the entire game. I'm not gonna lie. It should have been. I feel like it would have been better if they went that route. See, like, listen. Mages versus Templars, yada yada yada, they're fighting and stuff, you know, some extra conflicts in the inside, you know, some other villains going on, whatever, and then, let's just say a mage goes crazy, you know, or insane at the end, you know, pretty much kind of like a dragonage 2, low-key, or something happens, and then the breach opens, and that makes Inquisition, basically, you know, because I feel like the Mage versus Templar shit should have been fleshed out, like, completely, like, way more, bro. Honestly, I feel like this could have been a separate game, in all honesty, to be honest. And that way, closing the breach, Corypheus, you know, yeah, I should call him Cory. But he would have also been, you know, like, built up, just like Solas in the end of Trespasser, right? Or no, he was kind of built up through the base game too. It's just like subtle differences, you know, you gotta like really be paying attention to him. But yeah, it could have been way better if they made it like a whole other game, or at least like gave the war like more time and like more emphasis, because it is like one of the besides the breach in this guy, like, everyone's just talking about the Mage and Templar shit. Like, they don't give a shit. Fuck the breach, you know. Well, I'm gonna kill this man, you know, type shit. But yeah, I feel like it could have been like 2 Dragon Age games, right? Because the breach and then the Corypheus could have been like a whole other game, right? With the fucking orb and shit, you know, let that be its own thing. And then also it might like flesh out, you know, Trespasser. Trespasser could have been part of that second game that I'm talking about, you know. And that could have been like, you know, what is Trespasser, like 20 hours or so? Yeah, that would have been fine. And you have like the latter half of what's it called, Inquisition, you know, like Winter Palace and all that stuff. Like, you know, yeah, I feel like it could have been good that way. But anyways, this is my opinion. I mean, it's just a possibility. You know, probably just a suggestion. I mean, it's already too late now, but it's just a suggestion what could have happened. But anyways, that's it. That's pretty much all I wanted to say about the game. I pretty much got everything down. I believe so. If I didn't, I'll probably edit it in. So there you have it. That's it. There we go. What will I rate Inquisition? I mean, it's gonna stay the same. Like, it's a 7 out of 10 game. Like, even with all the flaws and shit I said, it's still an enjoyable game. I will say it's still an enjoyable game. It's kind of like a unique thing to you know, we're just getting 2014, 2013, we're getting into the modern age of like gaming, you know, like, you know, shit like that, and it's introducing people to that type of format of like gaming and shit, and like combat and stuff. It was a good story, you know, and the campaign stories are cool too, you know. Does it deserve Game of the Year? If Witcher 3 was in the same year, Witcher 3 probably would have won. Maybe. Yeah, but I mean, like, just because of all the flaws Inquisition had, you know, like, all the flaws kind of, like, pushed people away from it, so. I mean, not surprisingly, the main thing was the hinterlands, bro. Like, that shit is way too fucking huge. The open area and stuff is the main issue with the game. They tried to be like Skyrim, you know, open world and stuff. Everyone tried to be like open world, have mounts and shit, and that's pretty much the main downfall of the game. That's pretty much the main downfall of the game. So I mean, there you have it. I mean, for me, it's a 7 out of 10 game. I think 7 out of 10 is pretty fair. A lot of other issues I mentioned were just like their personal issues, or just like, you know, my personal opinions and stuff. So, but I feel like, I mean, you can even, I wouldn't even be mad if somebody gave it like a 6 out of 10 or shit even lower, because it's really, the open world just fucks it up with the side quests and fetch quests and shit, like getting a lamb meat and lamb wool. Like, god damn, bro, god damn. And like, people can be like, you know, it reminds me of Valhalla, where like it kind of, actually it is kind of similar in a way. Valhalla, you know, main story in the beginning, and then you get to do your little outside open world quests and shit. The first 25 hours, very fun. Immediately after, I'm just like, god damn, this is a fucking chore, bro. Like, I'm literally like, I'm pretty much wanting to end the game at hour 40, and there's like a good 30 to 40 hours left. Like, I'm pretty much, I'm fucking screwed. So it felt like a chore finishing that game, even though I actually enjoyed the story. It was very interesting. It was my first Assassin's Creed game, fortunately and unfortunately. So it actually made my gameplay of Odyssey a little bit worse, you know, like the experience. That's why I haven't been on there since like July or August. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I'm going off topic. But yeah, in that sense, because you're doing the main story for Valhalla, right? You gotta go to these certain areas, but you also gotta do the main quest. So main quest you do with like this one NPC, and then after that main quest, then you do like a side area of the game, right? Like, it's a whole area. Like, I don't know, maybe go to London for all these side quests and shit. Could be like 5 hours or so. Boom, you do that, and then you go to the main quest. Again, you go back to your house with the main quest, and it's just like back and forth, back and forth. You're just going back and forth between side and main quests. The main quests are a little shorter and stuff. It's just like, yeah, like, it's just too much of that. It's too much going back and forth, you know, too much time, you know. And it's too much filler content in it, right? That's what it feels like with Inquisition. Pretty much the same thing, like, but kind of worse, because like people like didn't know when to leave the hinterlands and stuff. Like, hey, you can leave right now. Like, you really should leave. Like, what level are you? Level 15? Why the fuck are you still here? Like, what the fuck? It reminds me of somebody like being like level 300 and just finally like fighting what's his name? Not Godric, but Margit on Elden Ring. Like, the first main boss, he went up to level 300 and then finally like started fighting. Yeah, so yeah, pretty insane. Or like, somebody didn't know there was like a mount in the game until like level 200 something. So yeah, I mean, just shit like that. They just don't know, right? Even though Elden Ring's kind of that game, like, you know, subtle things, right? But Inquisition, I mean, like, it was worse, you know. Anyways, if you know like where to go and shit, this is still an enjoyable game, right? I played the game like fucking 13 times, so yeah. Anyways, that's my review. Should do like a Valhalla review now. I didn't even play Mirage yet, bro. I don't think I do. I don't think I want to. God damn, it's a lot of shit I gotta play. But that's my Inquisition review. What do you think about Dragon Age Inquisition? You like it? You don't like it? I mean, it's a very it got Game of the Year, but it's still like controversial in terms of like you know, the flaws it has, mainly the open world and the fetch quest. So let's just end it on that. I think it's a good game. Will it be better than Veilguard? Fuck, honestly, it could be, but we will see. We will see. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Shot at a black man and took his shoes. Customized my AR like a Black Ops 2. Just scammed a white kid out of some Gorilla Glue. I don't wanna fuck this bitch, she smell like poo-poo.